Big changes are really coming to the Cleighton Show right now. I'm sharing what's been happening behind the scenes, why there's been episodes just mysteriously coming down. Right now, I'm going to talk about all that. So, welcome back to the Cleighton Show. I'm your host, Clayton. And as I said, this is going to be the episodes where I talk about the big changes happening to the Cleighton Show. So, let's hit that intro. First off, I want to say thank you for everyone that's followed the Clayton Show throughout the years. It's been an absolute journey for me, and I hope that you've really been enjoying it. As I said, there's been episodes coming down recently, and I really want to go into and explain why. The first two episodes of the Clayton Show, where I didn't even have a podcast name yet, I think I called it like the Clayton Cox Podcast. Really interesting, but whatever. I took those down because they didn't really align with what I'm doing now. I talked a lot about technology. That's not really the direction I want to go in. Right now, my direction is solely on Christianity, current events, and politics from a Christian and Republican conservative view. So the episodes have been coming down because when I've been having people on my show, I haven't really been the one that's asking the questions and doing the real deep conversations. It's really like I had them on and they run the show and I kind of just agree with whatever they say. Even if I do or do not agree, I would always just say I didn't really say anything. I was just like, whatever, which isn't the way I want it to be. I want the Clayton Show to solely be the Clayton Show, not the Clayton Show with blank the guest. Or like even recently I had Rhea Weaver as my co-host. So it was basically the Clayton Show with Clayton and Rhea. And that's just not the direction I want because I want the Clayton Show to be the Clayton Show hosted by Clayton with the occasional guest. So my platform has just become something I never wanted it to be. Lately, it's felt like a show where like the guests come in and just take the reins. That's not what I envisioned when I started the journey. When I launched the Clayton Show, it was meant to be a space to share my belief, my ideologies, and my perspective on life. So moving forward, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be me. Now, if you're new to the Clayton Show, welcome. This is, of course, as I said, a show where I talk about my politics, Christianity, everything like that, current events. And so really one of the biggest changes is this new set design. So over the course of the past, I don't know, 9-10 months, my family has moved to a new house somewhere else. And so used to where the set would just be my little section in my room, now I have a big section in our garage, as you can see here, where I have real backdrops, real props, real background stuff. I'm planning on getting a light behind me just to look cool, softbox light, just to really make it seem really professional. And so when it's just me doing a podcast episode, it's going to look just like this, always. It'll just be me talking to the camera, but I'll maybe be able to throw up a clip or two. When there is guests at the podcast, it's going to be kind of a vertical diagonal table where I will be on this side and my guest will be on this side. So it's me just like talking to them. Unlike the last set where we're kind of just like looking at the camera, I want it to be kind of like I'm having a conversation with some friends or something, and the camera just happens to be there. Because really, in my day-to-day life, the podcast, in a sense, is kind of how me and my friends would have conversations. We sit at a table or something, and we talk about politics and Christianity and stuff like that. And so it's just like that, but I'm in a set, and there's a camera up. So I'm hoping that it's going to make it more engaging and more fun to watch, and so that you'll feel more almost in the conversation, and so that you kind of see how we're feeling. And so, as I said, moving forward, the conversations are going to be much deeper. Whether it's talking current events or exploring new ideas, just interesting stuff happening in the world, in America solely, I want it to be a space for honest and meaningful dialogue. I'll be touching on political issues and the core principles of Christianity and the latest happenings in the world. And it's really all about creating real conversations that matter to me, to my guests, and to you, the people that watch it. I want it to be very involving for everyone. So it's just going to be so much more genuine. And I really want to be focused on talking about stuff that I'm absolutely passionate about. Stuff that matters to me, and so maybe I can convey it to matter to you. Because that's what this show's all about. It's about just having good conversations, good topics. I want it to be really engaging, and I want you to be focused. So I really want this show, as I've said so much in this like span of a few minutes, to just be a space where I'm going to share my ideas with you, with my guests, with people watching, with people listening. I plan on getting the podcast out to a lot more platforms so that you can watch it in more spaces, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Podcasts. I want the show to be accessible to a lot of people. And I'm hoping that you're excited in this new journey, the new way the Cleighton Show is going to be. I'm hoping that you're going to stay along for the ride. I also want to say what an incredible spot I'm in. I hit 63 subscribers, I think on Friday. And that's just crazy to see how far I've come from where I had 3 subscribers or whatever to now I have 63. That's almost 100, which I know that seems very small, but for me, that just means I'm reaching more people and my podcast is growing so that more people can watch and listen. And I really want you guys to leave comments. Tell me what you thought about the episode. Tell me stuff that you'd like me to talk about. I went recently, in my school has Fridays off, or Fridays every 6 weeks off. And so I went to my old school and talked to one of my coaches about just politics and stuff that's happening. And she was like, I really want you to add this to the Cleighton Show. I really want to see you talk about this, and that matters to me. When my viewers are like, hey, if you talk about this, and it really gives eye opens to people, and people would just really enjoy it. That means a lot to me, and I really want to focus on that more. So, with that being said, thank you for watching this episode of the Cleighton Show. As we're talking about the rebrand, in a way, this is like my season 2 of the Cleighton Show. I've actually completely rebranded. I've rebranded it 3 times now. There's a whole new color scheme just to seem more adultish in a way. Because there was a cream and orange, and that just didn't seem great. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Like and subscribe. Share this to your friends. I want to get this out to as many people as I can, and I'm going to start pushing out a lot more episodes. I'm really hoping to get an episode out at least once a week, maybe twice a week. So if you have any ideas, of course, leave that in the comments below. Drop a like, please. All right, here we go.